Hello, guys. I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled. Um, so I'm gonna take the next person. Yo, guys, the line is long today. The line is long of people who wanna join in. But yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Welcome, welcome for those who are only joining in now. Welcome to season 1, episode 5 of Losing in Love with Madam Speaker. So I believe this is our first official caller because the previous one was just supporting and all that. Hi, my darling.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, honey?
I'm very well. You look very beautiful.
Thank
Do
you.
you have a filter?
Jehovah. I have not
I
even
hope
look
you
at me
don't have a filter.
now. Please now, don't do that.
You look so pretty. Your dark
Thank you
skin, the
so much,
melanin is
honey.
popping.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it's actually my first time joining your live, and
Welcome.
somehow I'm scrolling. I find this very bold voice speaking, and I'm like, I must listen to you. And I do have a story to tell.
Yes, yeah. We are here for all of that.
You know, many of us lose ourselves trying to be the good girlfriend.
Yeah,
It is so sad
yeah,
that we forget the power within and around us, trying to be the best girlfriend, trying to win over 5 other girls on his phone and things like that.
yeah.
So with me, I was dating a married man. Eh,
I'm not even gonna judge you. I mean,
eh,
mm,
yo, yeah.
huh,
This guy is broken. I understand every man is broken, but I think there's a certain level of brokenness that one can take and try to fix, but the yeah, that man is broken, right?
mm, mm,
And I remember I had to lose my job
mm.
because I was dating him
Yo,
and he happened to be my boss.
yo,
And I know it's many females that have has a story of their bosses because we we don't want to sleep with these people. We do it because you have a lot to lose.
yeah. If you don't do
it's
it,
it's it's your job or sex, and you're like, but I've slept with people that I can't even remember their names. So
yeah.
here is me trying to fix my life.
Listen, honey, I'm not even going to judge you. I've never been in that situation, but I know for a fact that if I was ever to be in a situation where I had to sleep with my boss to get a job, if I had no other options simply because I need to put food on the table, I'd do it. So that's why from me, you will never get judgment because I always say that if it means that for me, I must go stand on a street corner for me to get a plate. I don't even
Yeah,
judge people when I see them doing that because I don't understand what got them to be there. So even in your
yeah,
case, I see that people are shocked and everything, but I'm not like I would do it. If I had no other option, I would do it. And I know a lot of ladies do that as well. So yeah, so you may continue, my love.
so I things got really bad because, well, I'm an employee, and those companies where you're working for a family company. It's
Yeah.
it's 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 not just him taking decisions, it's other influencers that comes with building him and taking him to school, so we have to speak and be heard.
Mm,
So we made decisions that ended up being so bad for me.
mm,
I had to leave and relocate because I couldn't be working for him because we are dating.
mm.
So I don't know. If I go deeper, as much as my story might help somebody, I don't want to be judged deeper than I am already.
Can I ask you something, my love?
Please do.
Do you feel like the judgment is coming from people or it's coming from yourself? And between the judgment that comes from people and the judgment that comes from yourself, which one matters?
I think the judgment is coming from me and the people are confirming it. So both of
So,
them are equal.
So let me ask you something. If you were being judged by people, but you were not judging yourself, do you think you were going to feel the impact of the judgment that is coming from people?
Yes.
Look, most of your work is not coming from, most of the work that you have to do has nothing to do with other people. It has more to do with you than anybody else. So what you need to work on is you releasing yourself from the judgment that you have on your self-condemnation, right? Once you're done with that, nothing anybody says, whether the judgment that is coming from people is coming from 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people, it won't matter for as
Don't
long as
do
you
that. You're
release
gonna make me
yourself
cry.
from judging yourself. It's okay. This is a safe space. You can cry if you want. Once you release yourself from the judgment which is coming from other people, you won't have to judge yourself anymore. You understand? Once you release yourself from that, I mean, what I'm saying is that once you release yourself from you judging yourself, then what everybody else has to say about you won't matter anymore. Let me give you an example with myself. I was divorced, right? And I know that divorce is apparently, there's apparently a box where divorced people are supposed to be thrown in there, where you are supposed to be swallowed by the ground, where you are supposed to feel like nothing, where you are supposed to be ashamed of divorce because you are a failure, right? But
Yeah.
now, the thing is, I refuse to enter that box. What I did is that I chose that I'm going to take everybody who is in that box out of that box. You understand what I mean? So when I made a decision that I'm not getting inside a box where they've put divorced people in. I'm not getting inside that box. I refuse to be boxed up when I know that I fought and I tried my level best to make my marriage work. And what I'm going to do now is that when I refuse to get inside that box, I'm not only going to walk out without getting everybody who is in there out of there. There are so many women who are older than me. I'm only 33 years old. There are women who are older than me who are looking up to me, not because I'm something special, but because I refuse to enter the box which people have put them in. The shame, the dark cloud that is hanging over them, which came to them because of divorce, I refuse to get in there. And I made a vow to myself that instead of me having to get in there or to just walk and run, I'm going to take everybody who is in there out of that box with me. So now what I'm saying to you is that the judgment which comes from other people, regardless of whether you do good or you do bad, I'm telling you that even if you got your job on merit, there were still going to be people who are going to say you slept with the boss, even if you didn't sleep with the boss. So what I need you to release yourself from right now is self-condemnation more than any other thing. Because the condemnation that comes from people, it comes whether you did good or you did bad. If I can tell you that I used to work like a slave day and night just so I can save my marriage, just so that things can be in order, but it didn't work out for me. But on top of all of that, after me working like a slave, I was supposed to enter a box of shame. I was supposed to enter a box where they put divorced people to say you are failures. You are people who didn't make it in life. You are people who have nothing to tell anybody because you couldn't even survive marriage. But I refused to enter that box. And I'm telling you now that you should not be able to enter into a box which people or society has placed out there for you. You only enter boxes which you feel like entering. And right now, what I'm saying to you is that the self-condemnation that you have, it's a box that you chose that you're going to enter into that box. And nobody's coming to get you out of that box. And the unfortunate thing is that even when I say that I'm getting divorced people out of the box where they place them, there are some who are still going to choose to stay in that box because they're not comfortable, they're not ready to get out of it. And I'm saying to you now, you have a decision to say, I'm condemning myself. I know that. That's why I said to you initially when you started speaking, I'm not going to judge you. And just because I'm not going to judge you doesn't necessarily mean that other people are not going to judge you. But the judgment that comes from me or anybody else out there, it doesn't matter. The only judgment that matters is judgment that comes from yourself. That's what I'm saying. Are you condemning yourself or other people condemning you? Which condemnation matters to you the most? And when you say that other people are judging you, you are judging you. But what I'm saying to you is that people will judge you even if you do good. But if you don't, if you only focus on working on the judgment that you have on yourself, you heal from that. You break free from that. And I'm telling you now, the judgment that comes from other people will not matter.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need you to live this life understanding that you're working on freeing yourself from the self-condemnation. Nobody matters. Nobody matters because even when you were doing good things, people still spoke. you understand what I mean, my love?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to have to speak like this while you were still trying to tell us a story, but I feel like I needed to get that out of the way so that you understand that what is it that you are working towards from here going forward.
Thank you so much.
Ask kiss, my love.
But you had me, explode and take out so many. I don't cry. So you made me cry. When you were sharing your story, you helped me take out certain burdens that were weighing me down, and I'm thankful for that.
God bless you, my love.
Some people pay to cry.
Yeah.
And here you are helping us for free. Thank you so much.
Let me tell you something before you leave. I need you to remember this. This is now you going to work on your self-condemnation, right? The very moment when you decided that you're gonna do what you did, you had good intentions. You anticipated this whole thing to end well. You were not expecting to be in a box of shame right now. So I need you to understand that the point where you were when you made a decision that you're going to sleep with your boss to get your job, your intentions were good. You can't deliberately make a decision which is going to hurt you. You did all of that because you were hoping for good results. You were hoping that at that time it was the best decision for you under the circumstances. Okay, so just because it didn't work out, just because now you are in a place where you are right now, I need you to always take yourself back there. When you're not going to be working on this thing of overcoming shame, I need you to always take yourself back there to the day when you decided that I'm going to do this thing because I want this job. I'm hungry. My family is hungry. I'm going to do this thing for the benefit of myself, for the benefit of my family, or whoever that is depending on me. So whenever you want to judge yourself, whenever you feel like, you know what, I'm so ashamed of myself, I need you to take yourself to that day. To say, on that day, I didn't wake up in the morning and I decided that I want to kill myself. I didn't wake up in the morning and I decided that I want to shame myself. I want to condemn myself. When you woke up that day and you did that knowing that it's going to yield good results. Just because it didn't, it's a lesson learned for you. You wear that with pride. You understand what I mean? You wear that lesson learned with pride and you work on your healing. You work on yourself. I call myself the CEO of self-love for a reason. Because I've decided to work on myself more than I can work on anybody else. Because me working on other people, me caring what other people have to say is not going to help me with anything. I'm still going to be broken at the end of the day, even if I try to please the world. You understand? So I need to work on myself, heal, and then I can engage with other people regardless. And listen, even when I've engaged with other people, what you have to say about me doesn't say anything about me because I've already made up my mind about myself. Okay? So I need you to take that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Most
But can I
welcome.
share something?
Yes, you can continue, my love.
So, with the interesting part is losing yourself in the midst of trying to be the better person for another person. Now, for the first time in my whole entire life, I come from a very Christian family. We when shit is bad, we pray.
Okay.
And I found myself going to a sangoma.
Desperate times.
For this man. And now when I get there, I find other things. Instead of me getting up on fixing my relationship, I'm told I have illusion. And now I like, no matter how precious it is, this thing, well, I have illusion and all that. The fact that it's attached to this person, it hurts me so. It wounds me so. Because
I'm still here, my darling. I'm here.
I don't know what to do. I try to be strong, but I can't take it anymore because now I'm practicing religion that I don't even know. I'm just blindly getting into it because
So it's like you have lost direction. You don't even know what you're doing.
I don't.
Do you know what tired people do when you are tired? Do you know what you do when you're tired?
Yeah.
You rest, right?
Yeah.
Rest. No matter how much you can run, when your legs are tired, you must rest, right? So right now, the type of rest that you need, it's not rest of the legs or rest of the body, it's rest of the mind. Okay. When you are tired, when you don't know what to do, when you get to a point where you don't know what to do, it's as if you don't know how to walk anymore because you've walked long enough. You need to rest. You need to give your mind a break. Like the moment you get to a point where you don't know what to do, it's a sign that you need to rest. Okay. In as much as you're going to have to pick yourself up, because at the end of the day, time is not waiting for you. But when you are tired, you rest. So what I need you to do now, because I can see that your mind is all over the place, your emotions are all over the place because of so many things which are happening in your life right now. What you need to do is, as the Bible says, give us each day our daily bread. That means that when you have bread for today, you're not worried for bread of tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of itself. So what you need to do is give me each day my daily rest. Give me each day my daily break. That's what you need. You need a daily break, so that when you wake up tomorrow, you know, am I still tired? Do I need to rest some more? You now have to only do things which you need for survival. You need to breathe in and breathe out. That's what you need for survival. You need to eat something. That's what you need for survival. You don't have to be thinking long and hard about things which you have no control over, because that's not going to get you, you're not going to be refreshed. You're not going to feel better. All you have to do right now, before you decide on what to do, before you think what is the next move, and you have to take it easy on yourself the whole time. Before you get to that, you rest. I need you to rest, my love. I need you to tell yourself, or listen, my body, my mind, right now what I want to do is I just want to rest. When you wake up in the morning, you listen to your body, you listen to your mind. Is my head hurting? Am I okay? If you're not okay, you rest some more. If you have to go to work, it's fine, you can go to work. But when you now have to think about things you have no control over, you tell yourself, well, beyond this point, I can't do it. And if there's something that you can't do, you don't have to force yourself to do it, because hence you're tired right now. Hence your mind is tired. Emotionally, you're tired because you've been trying to do things which are beyond your strength. You should only be able to, right now where you are, you're in a place where you need to only be doing things. You're on survival mode. You're on survival mode right now.
I don't even know what to do, because the only thing I know best is smoke weed, get drunk, and sleep. That's what I do every day. And I am tired.
Yeah. And I believe that when you are doing all of that, you can see that it's not getting any better. Because when you wake up tomorrow morning, your situation is still standing.
Yo,
Your situation is still standing.
when do we switch off the life machine and just sleep forever?
No. You you are not there. Trust me. You are not there. You see, if you can even say it with your mouth that the way that I'm so tired, I feel like, you're not there. And you're not gonna get there. Because people who get there to a point where they want to switch off the life support of their lives, they do it silently. The fact that you are speaking about it, it shows that it's not a thing which is in you. It's a thing which you are. It's still very far from you. It's still very far from you. I need you to be here with me. Be here with me.
Yeah.
So what you've been doing throughout has not been helping you. It has not been helping you resolve your problem. It has not been giving you the rest that you want. It has not been doing anything. All right. So now you need to, that's why I'm saying that from here, what you need to do, my love, you need to rest. And when I say rest, I'm not talking about drink and sleep, smoke weed and sleep. No, I'm talking rest from, let your mind rest. In a sense, okay, right now I have a situation in front of me, but whatever it is that I've been using, the approaches that I've been using, they're not been helping me, right? So now I need to rest from all of that. You can drink if you want to drink. You can smoke if you want to smoke. But you're not going to be smoking or drinking for the sake, your problems are going to disappear when you're now sober. You are smoking and drinking because that's what you want to do, okay? But now, while you are smoking and you are drinking, I need you to rest. You understand what I mean? It's very important. I need you to cry, but I need you to rest. I need you to say, why me? But I need you to rest. I need you to smoke if you want to smoke, but I need you to rest. I need you to come, be with me. Be with me, stick with me. I need you to rest, my love. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I say rest, I mean rest. What language do you speak? What is your first language?
Venda.
Ka awedze muhumbulo, sisi.
Yeah.
Ne? Ka awedze muhumbulo. I need you to rest in a sense, Yauri. Whatever it is that I'm going to think about right now, these things are going to come, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to want to think long and hard about it. You're going to want to do something about it. But you remember that every time when you want to do something about it, you're not winning.
Yeah.
So because you're not winning, and this is beyond your control, this is something that you can't do, then don't do it. Don't even attempt to fly because you can't. So when you see that there's this thing here in front of you, when you see that there's this long, I don't even know what it is that is in front of you, this deep hole that is in front of you, and you can't fly over it, I need you to just sit there right by the cliff and just rest.
Yeah.
Just rest. Right there in front of your problem. Where that problem is, you rest right there. Because you trying to jump over it, you know it's not gonna work. You trying to fly, you know it's not gonna work. You going deep down in there, you know it's not gonna work. So you just rest here. Right here. Probably by the time you're done resting and you've regained your strength, you would have seen all this time while I was busy jumping around, crying and doing this and that, I wasn't even aware there's a log here. I can actually throw this over. But you're not gonna see any help for as long as you have not rested your mind. You need to refresh your mind for you to think clearly before you can even do anything. Because I feel like right now you're trying to do all these things while you have not rested. You are trying to run some more and you're already worn out.
Yeah.
So there is absolutely nothing that you are going to do right now which is going to work because you're already worn out. So what you need to do now is to work on regaining your strength before you can do anything else. Do you understand what I mean?
Can I ask you something?
Yes, my love.
When you say I must rest my mind, can you guide me on how I do it?
I'm gonna give you an example with myself, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm one person who I like orderly things. If there's one thing that used to crush me before, is not being able to be in control of my own things. Like let me tell you something. I used to tell myself that I want a house by the time I turn 30, right?
Yeah.
And I make sure that I work hard and do whatever it takes so that when I get to 30, I'll be having that house. But as I grew older, I realized that not everything works like that, where you set goals and you smash them. So the thing with me is that when I'm not getting what I want, I would sit and invest so much in stressing. Like right now, cup, I want you to be full. So I spend so much time looking at this cup to say, why are you not full? I invest my energy, my time in looking at this thing to say, I want you to be full, right? And the more I'm not getting it full, it's the more I'm stressing and it's not getting better. So that was my life. Yeah. So what I now did was that I just took this cup and I put it away from me. I just took the cup and I put it aside. When I was going through my divorce and so many things were happening around me, I was like, but it's not supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be that way. Until I learned that no, it's supposed to be that way according to me, but I can't do that. So now because I can't do that, then I must just, like things which are beyond my control, I just say it's okay. It is fine.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is okay. It is fine. It's okay. So that was me. So when I rested, I just let go. I just let go. I said, okay, because now I'm sitting down my finances, I'm trying to add things up. They don't add up. Then I just let go.
So basically, it's a matter of whatever it is, it just has to be that.
Yes.
I just have to invest more
Look,
relaxing.
I would like to believe that the thing which is stressing you now, you can't change it, right?
Yeah.
And initially we were speaking about judgment, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So the first thing that you do, you accept all the things which you can't change. Because I would like to believe that you are being stressed so much because of things which you can't change already. And the fact that you can't change them is stressing you even more. So when you let go, when you rest, you let go. Literally, you let go of things which you know.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this I can't change. Okay, I'm putting it aside. This I
Yeah.
can't change. I'm putting it aside. This there's nothing I can do about it. I'm putting it aside. So bit by bit, everything which you know that you have no control over, you put it aside. You let go of it. I'm trying to make bread, but I don't have this. Okay, I put it aside. I'm trying to do this, but I can't. I put it aside. Understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
once you now start assessing things which you can tell apart things you can change and things you can't change.
Yeah.
So once you can tell that apart, then you know that you focus more on things you can change. Anything that you can't change, it's not for you. Your past you can't change, it's not for you. It's done, it's done. And then now you start focusing on things which you can change. Okay, we have a situation. I have lost my job. Everybody is laughing at me. I used to sleep with my boss. I have lost so much. Now I have this. I'm in a mess. I'm not even understanding myself. I don't understand what is happening around me. But what is the one thing that I can do right now?
Yeah.
I can go in a live and get an advice. Number one. When I leave
Yeah.
here, I can go on YouTube and I can Google how to meditate, how to overcome fear. These are things you
Yeah.
can do. You know, I can speak to somebody privately. I
Yeah.
can right now. You're gonna be having a list of I cans.
Yeah.
That's you from here because
Yeah.
the things which are tiring you mentally right now are things you can't change. So anything you can't change, you ignore. Anything you
Yeah.
can't change, you chuck away. Right now, we're going to be focusing on the things you can change. And we're going to invest our energies in things you can change. We're going to work so much on things which you can change. I'm telling you, if you invest all of your energy on things you can change, there's only 24 hours in a day. You won't have enough time to be focusing on things you can't change.
Yeah.
So now, when you focus more on things you can change, you're getting your healing. You are figuring things one at a time. You are patient with yourself. The minute you try to do something and you feel like, my nerve is, you can't.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you, you must just be that person. Like, no, anything that is too much for me, I'm not going to carry it. This cup is too heavy, I can't. I don't have to. Yes, they will judge me. Such a small cup. No, no, no. For me, it's heavy, so I can't. Sorry.
Yeah.
Be a drama
Yeah.
queen in your own life. Just be
Yeah.
dramatic in that regard. To say anything
Yes.
which is too much for me, look, anything that is too much for you, it's too much for you. Nobody is
Yeah.
you. You are you. So you know what is too much for you. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes.
So now, with so many things which are happening in your life, with everything being upside down, with you not knowing why me, why this, why that, all of those things which you have no answers for, you chuck them. And now you say, okay, now I'm gonna wake up here. The first thing that I wanna do, on you probably look, have a list. You can even
Yeah.
write it down, put it on a wall. Have a list of cans and cans. The cans are like looking at your life right now, everything that is around you right now, the mess that you are in right now. Look at that, draft a list. Okay,
Yeah.
this is the mess. So on this whole mess, on a list of this messy situation that I'm in, there are things which I can do, there are things which I can't do. Then you now say, on the things which I can do, let me tell you something about things you can do that you should be investing on right now. Once you are
Yes.
done with the can do's, you will now see the list of can do's also being moving. You will see a
Yeah.
change in the list of things you can't do just by
Yeah.
you focusing on things you can do.
Yeah.
Literally have a list, write it down, write it with your own handwriting, put a date on it, okay? And then you put it behind the wall and you say, behind the door, and you say, can do. I can wake up this morning. I can go
Yes.
without a drink. I can eat a healthy meal. I can search something on YouTube. You understand what I mean? These are the cans.
Yes.
And then once you work on that, you will start discovering more things which you can do underneath the can do's. And then while you're working on all of that, you are busy resolving the can'ts.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to do.
Yes.
And then trust me, because when I say, Nuri, you doing the things which you can, that's part of you resting, because it's not straining your brain. It's not straining your mind. Because remember, the things which are straining you right now are things you can't do. So we know about that.
I think you need to sit next to Jesus. I think I'm gonna send a request that
I'm
they
not
move
righteous enough.
Gabriel from the seat
I'm not righteous
and you
enough.
sit there because you deserve the world listening to you.
Thank you
Your
so much.
energy pumped me. I feel like I'm the only human being in the world right now. I'm ready to face anything coming my way.
Thank you so
So,
much. I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Oh my word. Oh my goodness. How many of us are lost and walking down deep the aisle of being lost and getting lost? And here you are, ready to save us.
Trust me, better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better days are coming.
You are not allowed to be on earth. If I can tell you right now, I feel like I can pop out from my bed and just go anywhere and rock in like a Kim Kardashian queen.
And that is what you are, and that's what you're gonna do. We're gonna meet on the street someday, and you're gonna be pouring into somebody else's cup, my love.
Oh my
I know
word.
that for sure. I know that for sure.
Oh my word. Oh my word. You uplifted something from my heart, and thank you so much.
You're most welcome, my love.
That you left everything that you could be doing and took time to try to heal me and put me on the direction of healing even more and show my scars to others so they can see, yay, we can heal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I feel like if I could die right now, I would die a peaceful and a beautiful death because I've done something.
Trust you me, when I pass, I will come to your grave and thank you.
Nah.
But don't die now. We still need
all
you.
the best, my love. All the best. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Pray for me that I find direction, please.
You will. You will. Trust me.
I will use a strategy and I'll come back to testify.
You will. Okay. I'll wait for you here, my love. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, that was our official first caller. You guys, today I feel like I'm paying for the last week because I wasn't connecting last week, and it's just such an emotional encounter today. But it's you, for me it's nothing like I've had before. But excuse me, I'm glad we are here. Hi, my darling.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, honey?
I'm okay, by the grace of God.
We thank God. We thank God.
Amen.
Would you like to share with us your name, or you would like to remain anonymous?
My name's Praise Mlenga Chama from
Okay.
Zambia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and share with us what you would like to share with us today. Are you okay?
No, I wouldn't want to share anything at the moment, but I would like to give a request.
Okay.
Concerning my life and my health.
You would
Let me
like
just
to?
say everything about my life.
You're saying you would like to do
And
what, my love?
I would like for God to intervene in my situation, like in my life, especially my healing process.
Your healing process.
Yeah.
I believe we are gathered here in one accord, and your healing will be granted to you. I believe that you know what the Bible says: when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'm in the presence. So I believe that you just confessing what you confess now, you've already received your healing. There are great men and women of God on this live who are interceding with us right now. And I believe that you're going to come back and you're going to testify about your healing.
Amen.
Thank you so much, my honey.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we have Dineo coming in. Yo, I think I made a big mistake of actually announcing somebody's name. You guys want to take me back to ministry, ne? You're trying to take me back to ministry. Me, church dropout. You're taking me back there. Yeah, guys. But anyway, if the Lord says yes, who am I to say no? Who am I? Yo, I'm struggling to actually get somebody to join the live. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. I see you. I see you coming in here. Okay, let me try to take somebody else. Let me try to take somebody else. Hi, darling.
Hi, Madam Speaker. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my love?
Fine, and you? You're
Good,
speaking to
thanks.
Tembi, Zimbabwe.
Okay, Tembi, how are you this evening?
I am fine.
Yes, you may go ahead and speak.
I just want to say to that second from the last speaker, that the first speaker that's speaking, I've been gone through such a time, think about somebody or think about other people, what will judge me. But at the end of the day, I end up saying 2022, when it was in December, entering January, I write a resolution, say 2022, I want to concentrate on myself. So I think I want to say to her, if you put yourself first, because we live once, if you think about somebody, at the end of the day, you lose everything.
People always talk, you know.
Yeah, people always talk. People always
Yeah,
talk
so
and always judge. But if
yes.
you concentrate to God and say, God is the judge, He said, I am the judge. If you say that God is only one who's going to judge me, yeah, that's what I want to say to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Sis Tembi. God bless you. I really, really appreciate you coming in here and comforting her. Okay,
Thank
sis.
you.
Thank you, sis. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna bring in somebody else now. Yo, today our lives just started on an emotional high, hey? Like I was the pop. I can't even pop her anymore because I was just crying a few minutes ago. Hi.
Hey, oh my gosh, can I make you pop already?
Please make me do that because it's not even in my nature to be.
Oh my gosh,
You
I'm so
know,
happy to
hi,
speak to
honey. How
you.
are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Please introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Alrighty. My name is rabonimoja. Oh well, not Modau anymore, but Mpangeva
Oh.
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whew, I don't know. Hey, I just want to tell you that you have played a huge role in my life, like drastic role in my life, in terms of making a decision of leaving my marriage. Yeah, I'm really grateful that I met you at the right time. The Bible says the book. I love the book of Ecclesiastes that speaks about this time for everything, and you came at the right time when I opened TikTok. I'm not a social media person, but trust me, you made me to actually follow you throughout and be on TikTok. Where do I even begin? I've been married for how many years? I was married actually from the Venda Nation for about 7 years in marriage. It was the most tragic marriage ever. I would say, from a Christian point of view, like you were saying, you would be forced, or not really forced, but encouraged to be married at a young age. No sex before marriage and all of that. So I'm a strong believer of that, and I've always been. So I got married at the age of 21, just after varsity, graduated, and boom, there am I getting married. And look, girl, I stood, hey, because I understood that, hey, you are speaking to somebody who is actually a youth leader, who was an HOD in her varsity days, who was resembling God's true reflection. And hey, I have to actually be that girl who has it all together, tied
Lead
around
by example.
your waist. You know what? My community back at home, they looked up to me. Everybody else is like, you should be like Raboni. You should be like Raboni. Look at her. She never got a
No, the
child.
pressure. I know it. I know that pressure.
Girl, she got a child in marriage. She got her degree, and she's been a prayer warrior. This is how God shows himself into your life, only if you pray. And I had to live up to people's expectations, eh? I love it when you said it starts with you not condemning yourself. When you start to accept yourself and you walk tall and you say, look, you know what, at the end of the day, grace is sufficient. I'm not gonna stay in here and die because I need to leave or meet up
Die
with.
a dignified death. That's what I call it.
You always say a dignified death in exclamation marks, you know? Yeah, and Madam Speaker, I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. I'm gonna share a lot with you. Hopefully one day I'm actually attending your conference. I tagged my friend as well along.
You come
So
into the conference. Thank you so much for the support. You know, it's been amazing. So thank you so much. I can't wait to see you guys there. I'm also gonna I've decided today that I'm gonna take a Q&A even on the day, because I know that a lot of people want to engage with me like this on a one-on-one, like, you know. So obviously the luxury must just be there on the women's conference. So we're definitely gonna have this.
Yes, yeah, I can't wait. So yeah, I wanted to share a little bit of my story. And just for anybody who's listening here, they should know and understand and know their worth, their self-worth. I walked out of the marriage at the age of, well, when I turned 30, I was free and happy. I was like, oh, thank God. Like, you know what? This is what I wanted. And I'm happy that when I reached 30, I'm now 30. I turned 30 2 months ago in May. And for the first time, I saw myself being so happy. So happy.
Do you know why?
I was.
Sorry, you may continue.
No, I think you should. I'll come on board because I'm not gonna get done now.
Do you know why you feel like you are the happiest now after your divorce? Because you were born happy, right? And because you were happy all your life, you didn't even know that happiness is something that you work hard for until you had to lose it and you had to work hard to get something which other people get for free.
Oh, girl.
So the happiness that you have now, which other people call it divorce adolescence, which other people don't understand how you can be this excited when you are just divorced, when you're supposed to be some type of way. It's simply because you understand what it means to work hard for happiness, which other people get for free, for happiness. You know what? The happiness that you have now is the same as you being thin all your life, and then you gain weight, right? And then now you have to work hard to lose all of that weight for you to go back to where you were. And then when you lose all of that weight, you become even more fit than you were before. That's the happiness that you're experiencing right now. And nobody can take that away from you, and nobody will understand.
Listen, nobody understands. My family was like, I do not understand how you can be this happy. We thought we were expecting a whole lot of misery around you. Funny enough, you're the one who brights up the room. When you get in, you bring life. I've always been a happy person. I've always been that person when I walk in. Everybody gets happy. And you know, my energy is so contagious. So they expected that to change. And funny enough, it actually increased. There was 3 times what I was before.
Yeah, it's always the case.
Exactly.
That's why I'm saying that you are like that now, because you had to work hard to get this happiness back. So there's no way it can be amplified.
Listen, let me tell you. So I'm that girl who who drove a Jeep Wrangler at the age of 21. I had everything. Listen, I had everything, but all that I had, like, I'm just referring even back to my last birthday. I had a birthday gift of a new car again, a brand new car. That was just last year. But deep down, I knew that I was still not happy. I that could not supplement the joy that I wanted, the inner joy. I mean, like money cannot buy. I remember when I was talking to my friends were like, yo, we look up to your marriage. You are the happiest person. if I could just get a vendor guy, they used to say, if I could just get a vendor guy, I'll be the happiest. Like, vendor guys are the best. They know how to handle women and what. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, for that, again, I'm dying. I cannot explode and show people that actually it's not what you guys are seeing. There's more into this. The depth of this, it's really not explainable. Nobody would understand it, you know? So I got into marriage. I was happy. I met my now ex-husband in July, and boom, December he engaged. So literally in 6 months, he engaged. We got married, and I was happy. I mean, when you're in love, you overlook certain things. I remember my pastor saying, we need to come see your husband to be and just speak to him, you know, this whole counseling and premarital counseling, and also to be on courtship and everything. And I'm like, you know what, I'm sure this is what I want. I'm definitely sure. And yes, girl jumped into it, and I had a shock of my life. Got into marriage, first year of my marriage. We home. All of a sudden, guy, ke bona koloi in the yard. So we had cameras in our house throughout. So literally in our room, you could see everything that is happening. So I'm looking at the camera. I'm seeing a police car, the van, at the gate, and I'm thinking, okay, what is happening now? This is a girl who's a good girl. Like, she's never exposed to such. Remember, like I said, my background, I grew up in church, and that's the only thing I've been exposed to. There isn't anything else. And I don't know if I was naive or so stupid or whatever, that I believed every word that comes from anyone, because I was taught that truth should be the first thing that comes out of your tongue. So I was ignorant. When somebody tells me something, I believe it. I take it from there. You know what? As innocent as I am. And Vene had Zena at the gate, and I'm thinking, okay, what the hell is happening here? He's like, no, let me go out. He went out. When he went out, he stood there for quite some time. I'm looking at the camera. I'm thinking, what's happening? That is like less than 2 years in our marriage. He comes back. He's like, no, these guys, they saying there's a girl who says I have a child with him. And this girl wants maintenance, and I'm not paying for the child. Hey, wada. I'm like, okay, where does this child come from? Like, how old is the child? No, it's not my child. Hey, wada. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, you know, we used to swap our phones. So I saw his phone. I was having his phone. And then jiggy wana on the phone. How, wana? I'm thinking, what is happening? I don't know, it's my sister's child. Ke ngwana makazi. Yeah? Ngwana makazi.
That you don't know.
That I don't know of. Okay, no, I brushed it off. Raboni being a stupid girl and a church girl. She's like, no, Happy's always right, man. We pray together. We do everything together, you know? The girl, until also I was writing my exam. I was doing my degree then. I was writing my exam until my auntie called me. My helper. Raboni, there's a mess in the house. There are people who are pulling up the gates there. They're forcefully wanting to get into the house. We don't know what's happening. Call Fonala Papa to and hear what's happening. She's like, yeah, utlile, but now Lene, he looks like he's frustrated and everything. So I called him. I'm like, dude, listen, I'm that girl, like you're saying. I was that girl who's working hard, sleepless nights, studying. I'm trying from work. I drive from work. This is in Joburg, driving all the way to the Val, which is another hour drive, to go study. Cross night, leave from the Val in the morning, pass by my house, take a shower, go back to work. Sleepless nights. So the time my helper called in, I was actually preparing to write my exam the following day. So the plan was to cross night there so that I can actually be able to write the exam from that side. I took a leave then. So I'm thinking, what is happening? She's like, yo, you need to come. It's just drama in the house, in my own house. Imagine. Okay, I went there. When I got there, it's another child that I don't know of. The second child now. Baby mama wabobedi.
Second one.
Yeah. How? Okay. Second, no, I can explain, Raboni. This is an old child. Faralo ke ngwana khale when I was still in high school. Hey, wara. And okay, so I'm dealing with two baby mamas here.
But then remember the first one he denied, Mus. He said, Kwa my cards, Mus.
Yeah, eventually the truth came out. I got a text. Okay, I'm trying to cut the story short because it's just a lot and I don't want to take more of your time. So, but anyway, we found out, got the first child. The lies that came with that, I found out. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I'm really willing to stay in this marriage. But you know what? Let me give it a try before I
give up.
the second child came from Norway. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Hey, wait, guys. Yo, Rabani prayed about it. Yo, oh, girl, she goes down on her knees. Yes, you know that Sonia, yeah, joy celebration that says everything is into us funudol.
Yes, honey. Yes, I was saying it the other day. Everything is into. You must just.
You just need to run, man. Use your brain, girl. Yeah, Rabani is like, no, I'm gonna pray about it. I need a revelation. All right, the second child. Now remember, now this is me being a role model around everybody else, and I cannot tell anybody the pressure that is surrounding me. I'm that girl who gets to church, and everybody's like, "Who? If we can be like Riboni, who Riboni is such a young, beautiful girl who got married. If everything is going well in her life, I keep it to myself. I don't tell my family as well. The life goes on. So it happened that we went shopping, and I don't know, my car just decided to react or act up. I don't know what happened there. And then we got stuck. I called the insurance while he's waiting for because we were planning to buy a new house, another house. So while he was waiting for the insurance, I'm thinking of the appointment because we had an appointment. I'm thinking we're not gonna make it on time. So how about I go to the house, get the other car, and then you wait for the insurance here, and then I'll come pick you up. They'll see what they do with the car so that we can make it for the appointment. Cool. I get to the house. I take the car. I drive. The previous day was a Sunday, so he drove that car. So I take it's a convertible car. So he drives, I drive, I get into the car. How? So it's sunny. I'm trying to understand what's happening here. So I'm pulling down that whatever shade, the mirror shade. Condom drops on top of my lips. I'm thinking, and then guy, okay, I'm trying to keep it all together. I went straight to hospital, depression. Like I was depressed all my, like for like 2 months I was off. While on that, I'm trying to unbox everything, the trauma that went through in 7 years. The third child comes out of nowhere.
Boni.
Perseverance. Third child, how do you marry somebody knowing you've got baggages and you don't say them from the word go? So I'm like, okay, but how do I deal with this? I'm having businesses, okay. I'm working full time. I'm studying. Does it mean now?
Like a dog, not even a slave, like a dog.
I feel like a dog, and now I must pay for all these other baby mamas' kids' money. Like, what the heck? So, what about my kids? At that time, I've got 2 kids that I need to save up for, that are still not gonna need my attention, that are gonna need me to save up for them to go to varsity. I must be looking at these other kids.
Yes.
The baby, the baby mamas. I mean, the baby mamas, well, they've having their hands folded. I'm like, no, hell no.
Every day is a new baby mama. They were probably 7. You just didn't know the others were.
Guy has 4 kids outside that I didn't know about. Probably, and many more that were still yet to be discovered if I was still in that marriage.
scam someone to scam me when I holy. And then you know the funny thing about these scams of guys, they always go for bazalwane, the ones who are they're gonna do their thing
I
and live
am
their lives.
telling you. 4 kids. I remember he's self-employed. I remember that at some point he was not earning. Obviously, I'm having a fixed income. I'm running 2 businesses. So at least with the medical aids and everything, I covered them. So I'm the one who's covering the medical bills, everything, and because his salary is not fixed. Anything he can wait for that 500 or 3 million payment for the next 4 months. So while he's waiting and he submitted his certificate,
When
I
you
need
are
to do
forking out.
something. And every month I need to make sure that the bills are running. I need to make sure we are eating, the petrol, the cars. We had 6 cars. Imagine the maintenance I call it a 6. What happens to that? On my own. And now there are other 4 kids that I need to maintain. And then there's family, my in-laws at the background also wanting man every single month from their
And
son.
them knowing about all these kids, they knew them. I
Yeah,
don't know them, but I know they knew.
they knew. My dad was so furious. On the day when I decided I'm done, they were like, the most disappointing thing is that you came and you paid lobola.
Knowing
On
these
top of
things.
knowing all these things, you never said anything. Nothing.
Oh.
And I had to maintain the kids. The court legally, if you are married in community of property, you as the wife, you are responsible for the kids.
Imagine.
A whole 26-year girl maintaining 6 kids. Guys. Yo, I've never been this depressed in my entire life. Yo, guys. That was a scam. Proper trap, hey? Proper trap.
Yo.
And he made sure that
you prayed for. Like, imagine, everybody, you know the mystery of how God works, I saw it in my marriage. To say, the way you've been faithful, the way you've been living by the book, the way you've been doing things right, and then often later you get married to a scam of a guy who has 4 kids outside. How does that work?
You know what? I'm telling you, my level of faith. I remember they came praying for me. My level of faith depreciated. I even said, God, Marawai, I've been in your house. I'm that girl when they say, let's go into the temple of the Lord. I'm the first one. I'm running. My friends will tell you, back in the days, because I'm there. I am there. And this is how I get. I was at the point where I'm like, Maramudim, like how?
And you will, Shem. It's part of the process. You will blame God at some point,
Hey, the church girls, in the midst of it all, God show me what should happen. What should I do? And I'm seeing this is not working. For the mere fact that I went through depression, like I was telling you, I'm a person who's got a contagious. My happiness is very contagious. When I get into a room, I bring light. I'm that girl. I smile. I'm happy, and you adapt to that. I went from that to silence. You won't even realize that I'm here. That's when I realized people who are depressed. Depression is real. People who are depressed, they know how to hide their emotions. And they wear a mask, even in church. They think everything is okay. Marwena, deep down, guys.
I don't know if you know this, but if you've been to a psychiatric ward, you will know that the majority of people who are there, they are pastors' wives, they are deaconesses, psychiatric wards are filled by Bazalwani. I don't know if you know that.
Okay, let me tell you this now. Now that you're mentioning it, my best friend, the closest friend of mine, she's a medical doctor. She's a psychiatrist. So that's one person that I speak to about that's the one I'm coming with actually to the conference. Okay. By profession, she's a psychiatrist. She was shocked when I told her that I was depressed throughout because I was able to hide it. And she's one person who is able to diagnose a person from far. Ona, she's suffering for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a conversation with you for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can tell.
This girl has got issues via this and this and that. She's like, Rabon, how? How did I not pick this up? So you could have committed. I was suicidal at some point because after that, it's just other things I can't disclose them here. But after that, like I went through the worst. That's when I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I am finished. I left. I did not know where I was going, but I left. I'm like, for my peace sake, I am leaving this thing. I'm not going to be depressed all my life. I'm not even yet 30, but I feel miserable. When I go to my in-laws, I feel unappreciated. That's the thing. Because I remember every time when I prayed perseverance, I used to say, God, help me to fall. My family is a loving family. They are caring. I said, can you just help me to fall into the same kind of a family wherever I am going? And it was literally a complete opposite. Like I was kimukada, you should know. And I was treated like one, and I could feel that I don't belong here. They made it clear, and they even showed it to me, girl, you're not supposed to be here. I was the girl who, when I go to Venda every single weekend, or if I go gadi holidays, I'm the only one, literally the only one on okokotanka mautu because it's already plastic ke makoti. That's the only girl who brings food. But even to a point where they'll tell us so I must buy electricity, because if I don't buy electricity, we will not be able to iron. I was that girl. I cannot just go home. He used to say to me, I feel better when I'm at your home than when I'm at home, because at your home they don't even judge me. They don't expect me to buy them anything. I just feel like I'm at home. He used to go to my home more than he would to his home. He would drive home to my home without me and sleep there for the whole weekend. And I'm thinking, but why can't we reciprocate the same thing? What you do on the left must be done on the right. I can't do that. Why? I can't even go there. I need to buy them. And still, when I buy them, they still can't see.
They'll never be satisfied. They'll never be satisfied. Just recently, let me just give you an example. I had a conversation with my ex-sister-in-law. Unfortunately, I can't run away from the people from my ex-husband's side of the family, because we work together, we stay together, and everything. Then when she was saying to me, we don't hate you, we have nothing against you, it's just that, I said to her straight up, listen, I don't expect you to support me, I'm not one of your own. You loved me because I was married to your brother, but when your brother now brings somebody, okay, I expect you to transfer that love to that person, because even me now, when I go to my father's house, my father's house, they love me. They used to love my ex-husband because they didn't know the things which I only disclosed when we were about to start with the divorce proceedings, right? So, but then in as much as they used to love him, after I told them what was going on, it was not even a matter of discussion. So I can't expect him to be mad that my family was not there for him, but they were there for me. Because Linna, his family, in as much as they loved me, I was taking care of everyone, even his daughter. I was staying with his daughter from his previous relationship. But I never expected any one of them to be on my side, because I understood, even when I was still married, these people will never consider me as one of their own. Even if if I can even put oil on them like Maria Magdalene, they will never. There is absolutely nothing you can ever do to please people, because the love they have for you is conditional. They matter, but their child matters more. So you can't even don't even try to want to be loved by those people, because if they love you. But trust me, in as much as you can claim whether they love you, should their son or their daughter bring somebody else right now, you're gone, girl. And that's just life. That's just how it is, and it's okay.
Sure. Yeah, no. Hey guys, we've seen flames at a young age. I'm like, I'm only 30, Mariki, when it's all guys, I'm like, and the other thing, I've seen how my mom now, I think that's another thing that breaks my heart so bad. My mom is suffering from a heart condition, because I've seen how my dad was just he was not the dad that I expected him to be, the dad that would love, the dad that would provide. My mom was a provider throughout, but yet she was not the happiest. My dad was not giving her the love that she deserves, you know? So I'm like, I'm really not gonna fall into this generational curse. If it's a generational curse, I'm really not gonna fall. I'm gonna cut it. It stops with me, and it's not gonna. I'm raising 2 young daughters, and I don't want that to go onto them. It should actually stop with me. And if it means I need to fight and go on my knees, I will do that for them right now because nah, guys, yo.
The mistake that a lot of us. Sorry. You can continue.
I'm actually laughing at my figure's comment, but yeah. So the mistake with us is that we end up also being able to we put ourselves in a corner just because the society is expecting this much from us and we want to meet their expectations and we forget ourselves. We put ourselves aside and we try to fall into the trap of saying everything is perfect. It's okay for you not to be okay. It's okay for you not to have everything lined up and it comes as it is. If you are not happy, you are not happy. Can we just not put that fake smile and say, Rishab, hallelujah. Buzalwani, guys, I am sorry if I'm not saying I'm judging Buzalwani or everything, but I'm in a stage where I think I'm having a personal relationship with God and a journey that I don't think church will determine with my position right now. Only God and myself will understand. That's it, period. It's a personal relationship, this one, because I've seen how he's broken me gracefully not just breaking me, but he's broken me gracefully. And he brought me back to him and he said, you know what, as broken as you are, come back. And he would isolate you so that you may be coming closer to him. And that I've experienced with him for wow, hey? Wow. Yeah.
My battery. Oh, Gosiam. What I wanted to say is that the mistake that a lot of us make is that because we think we're coming from homes where there are generational curses, especially when it comes to the marriage side, we want to so hard stick to marriages which are not working out because we think that we want to break these generational curses. So when I was Lauri, there's a generational curse when in my family people are not getting married or marriages are not working out. So you end up forcing yourself, you end up killing yourself trying to prove that when a generational curse of a marriage has been broken, then you end up dying in that situation, all in the name of a generational curse has been broken.
Exactly.
And we don't have to do that.
Exactly. And looking at my mom got married at a young age, very young, just like me. And she stayed. And you are the first in our entire family who was able to be brave enough to walk away. And she mentions my aunt's names and whoever. She's like, look at them, but they still stayed. Because of lenyalo la khotlhelwa. I'm like, yo, mama, I'm not gonna fall for that trap. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. And funny enough, I thought she would be the most disappointed person. She walked out proud.
Yeah, the parents will surprise you. These days, I don't know, maybe it's because they watch TV a lot. They are so supportive. Even my dad, he shocked me. Eh? My dad is literally the Iron Man. He's like a titanium structure that I never thought I had, you know, support structure that I never thought I had. My dad, my entire traditional vendor man, is like rooting my first cheerleader more than anybody. I never expected it from my dad, but he's that guy right now.
Yeah, I think we're moving to a different era, and I'm grateful our parents are now opening their eyes and seeing that there's more into life than just marriage. Guys, there's more into life. Let's live as I close this and allow other people to go in. Let's live our life, be independent, work hard. On your own, you can do it. And when the time is right, I say it again, you will find the one who deserves your heart. Thank you so much. I love you, Lord. I can't wait to see you.
Oh, thank you so much, Riboni. Thank you so much for joining in and sharing your story. I'll see you on the 13th of August, okay? I really appreciate you being here. For those who have been asking, the 13th of August, please do check my profile picture as well. Click up here. Check my profile picture. On the 13th of August, 2022, we're having our first annual Women's Conference at Doxa DU in Pretoria. If you check my profile, you will see the details as well, the banking details, the stalls booking, and the ticket sales. Get yourself a ticket. A women's conference that has never happened before. This is history in the making. Trust me. Riboni is also saying that she bought a ticket a few weeks ago. She's coming there with her friend. So you're not too late, guys. I think we're almost like 75% booked. So we still have some few tickets left. So you can still get yourself a ticket if you would like to be part of the show. So yeah. Thank you so much, Riboni, for sharing your story with us. Let's see who we have next. We have a guy. We have Alpheus. Does Alpheus have a story to share with us? I hope he does. Hello.
Sanibona.
Hi, kunjani bhuti?
Ngiyaphila ninjani sis perseverance?
Ngiyaphila. For the sake of, I don't know, ne? But for the sake of the audience, because most of the people who actually join my lives and follow me, it's not only local South Africans, yabo. Nami ngiyafisa ngathi
Yes.
ngakhuluma isivenda wire. But for the respect,
Sure.
out of the respect of these people, so that at least they can also be in the loop, I try my level best to go to most of the things I speak in English. So if you can do that for me, I would really appreciate it.
Nah, I think I felt more comfortable being a little ngesintu.
Okay.
But I've realized that you use English.
Yeah.
I think it
I
has
was
much of a
cultivating
respect.
yes.
An African language, for greeting in African language, I think it's more respectful than any other language.
Oh, thank you.
That's how African I am.
No problem. No problem.
Just to break the ice, how are you?
I beg your pardon?
Yet, how are you? How
am I? No, I'm good. I'm all over the place today because some stories are so sad. I've been crying on this live and I've been laughing on this live.
Sure.
And I've been shocked on this live. So I don't know how I am.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sure. Look, sis perseverance. I'm one of your followers in almost all your social media platforms, and very much quiet though. I do like and I do comment, and when I get a chance, but more so I listen. To me, liking and commenting, it doesn't do much of good. Well, I know you need those likes. However, it helps me a lot when I listen. I impart myself and knowledge myself with everything that you normally talk about.
Okay.
You probably use the word radical, and for the time we are in and the season we are at, we don't only need financial radical transformation or economical radical transformation, but we do need those social radical transformations, and we need those radical people. And you are one of those. More in particular, standing for people who seem to be weak. However, I beg to differ with that. We women are not strong because sometimes we use the word strong in a wrong context. As a result, it's then lead a lot of women into depression because they are supposedly to be strong. They're expected to be strong, which is a wrong context. Believe you me, but I only say they are courageous. Hence, they can travel an extra mile from what is expected of them. That's how courageous they are.
Yeah.
And then as a result, sometimes they do excessively, because they carry this burden. I always say to people, the fact that they've got a womb, they can carry a lot.
Yeah.
That part of a body carries a 4, 3, 2, a 5 kg body, and a soul that lives for 9 months. It's not an easy journey. I think at some point we need to take men and put them in a room and let them to keep quiet and take them to the journey of firstly a human body, a human heart, and a woman's body, a woman's heart, and a woman's mind.
Yeah.
I think we there's something we are missing. We cannot continue and talk about men being dogs, which they are. I'm even ashamed sometimes to be a man, but there's something we are missing. We cannot all the time talk about how irresponsible, how cruel, how scamming men are, which is they are. I'm not here to defend them in any means possible. If you can go to my Facebook page, you will see that I normally but they don't see that. I speak to men about women, but they don't listen to that. And they will say always time, yeah, we visit him. But I always talk about, I've spent time with women because in Kulenabo, and I had to learn their psychology. Besides the fact that I'm studying for my life coach, and I'm done with my counseling. I do those things to a lot of people. I have sessions. Namanja, I had an online session with a couple, you know, which is marriage and youth. I deal with marriage and youth, and because of I studied psychology of a woman at home with a lot of women. I somehow understand what they go through more than what they say, because sometimes they say a lot of what they're not going through.
Yeah.
And we tend to listen to a lot of what they're saying, and we think about fast right. And this is incorrect. The fact that they say I'm okay, it's not what she's going through. It's what she is saying because of some level of from some level of love to you, you know, or some level of respect for you. But he will say, sometimes she will say something that will protect even your ego. I am okay. I'm working, you're not working. Yeah, I understand where a man is hustling, trying to get job. I mean, there are millions of young men and some old men who lost their job and are still looking for them. They're not sitting down, but however, a woman at the same time is working, is taking care of the home. We understand that they're a genuine man. However, they will say to you, a woman will say to her, I am okay. But eventually she's not okay. You know, because she's protecting even that ego of you, that I'm taking care of things, that I'm taking care of, you know, I'm stressed. But I do think we need to open that door as men. Look, please cry. I know it's not easy. Let us not keep quiet and think just because she can work and bring money at home and then you just keep quiet. Women do that to us. When you are working, a woman is not working. She can tell when you are going through a lot because of the anxiety that is brought by, you know, supporting the family. They do come up for us and say, can you talk to me? Women do that. What's wrong? What's bothering you? What's stopping us as men doing that? You know, what's stopping us as men lending that help and say, you know what, I cannot help you financially, but I'm here emotionally. Please talk to me. I understand the burden. Assure her, Uguti, you understand what she's going through. So I'm saying I think we need to take men, put them in a room, then say, guys, keep quiet. Take notes, take videos, go and study at home. This is what we're going to say, but don't say a word because you've said a lot and you've done so little. There's something that is missing with men. These people, these creatures are first creatures in this world. There's something wrong with them. They can't be this cruel, but if God trusted them first before a woman. So it means there's something wrong with men. That it doesn't need women to address it. This is where it's a problem, perseverance. I always tell people that as long as we've got 90% of movements that talks about GPV, we're still going to experience men abusing women. So it means there are no men who wants to stand and say, stand against these men to say, guys, this should stop with us, not with our generation and not in our name. But as long as every time when there's a woman that was killed and dumped somewhere, the following day there will be a perseverance movement or a perseverance NPO because of in commemoration of what happened to perseverance, then it's women who start that organization. It's going to be wrong. We cannot allow the victims to have this organization because we'll continue to victimize them. It is us, the perpetrators, who should open this organization and address such issues so that we stand. There's something lost. I always say this. There is no need, perseverance, to protect women. There's absolutely no need. No need to protect. Why do we protect them?
You shouldn't even be protecting them in the first place.
Why do you need to protect them? The only thing we need is men stop abusing them. There will be no need to protect them. Let's stop abusing them.
Yeah.
There is no need to stop. There is absolutely no need to. There is no need even perseverance to tell women not to search our phones. We just have to stop cheating. Stop. Full stop. No, why do I have to tell you about my phone? Because if I'm doing nothing on my phone, I don't have to tell you, don't touch my phone.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you. Instead, you will get bored. You will get abo sawubona mfundisi ninjani. Hey, sawubona bhutini uzobe ubhoreke because I'm not doing anything funny. There is no boundaries. Why are you in a relationship after all? If the only thing you think about is your phone, a private person that brought somebody from outside, then you need a private life. You brought somebody outside.
Yeah.
A private person is for an individual. But if you brought somebody into your life, it remains a public property.
Yeah.
Because there are two people. You need two people to call it a public. But once it's one, then it's private. But once you bring somebody in your life, you need to be as transparent as water.
Yeah.
So there's something wrong about men. Lastly, I just want to say, guys, I acknowledge every pain every woman go through. Small, big, deep, wide. I acknowledge every pain. There is no small pain in actual fact.
Yeah.
And I know I go through that a lot with my counseling sessions. I'm invited to a lot of platforms where I have to speak I'm from a man's perspective. And I just want to say, perseverance, we from a man to a woman, we are very much sorry. We hurt you every day. And sometimes this sorry doesn't hold much value because we apologize, we go the next day, we hurt you. But this is only what we can say now, that we are very much sorry.
Oh, my brother, thank you so much. This is so emotional for me because for once I feel like I don't have to speak. Somebody has to do it. And if it's coming from a man, it is so comforting. It is so
we hurt you guys. You carry out.
It just broke there.
Sorry, we are sometimes a crap. We agree and we are not okay. Asiko right, Sian Mosha. We just want to apologize, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. I was just saying, to add on to what you were saying, to say that there wouldn't be any need for us to buy guns and to fence our houses with electric fences if we can just get rid of the crime. So us having to beef up on protection as women, us having to build walls around ourselves as women, all of that would not be necessary, because that's what we are teaching our kids, to say, instead of the boy child being able to sit with us together and be okay, let's protect ourselves from the boy child. So we are already raising our children in an environment we are saying it's a dangerous environment. You are not safe as a girl child. You don't have a voice as a girl child. You should just be suffering, So it is really so comforting for us to be hearing something like this coming from a man's point of view, to say, you know what, all is not lost. All is not lost.
Lastly, perseverance. All is not lost. I wanted to say that before I was closing. All is not lost, guys. We are still there. There are still gentlemen who are raised very well. You know, and they are very scarce to find, but you still find a gentleman who will stop on the road and assist you with a flat tire. A man who still stand. I remember I was injured. I've got an injury here in my hand, and I still don't regret it. And I was stabbed. It was about 14 stitches, where a man literally in public beat up a woman. I don't know what happened to this guy, but after he did what he did, after he stabbed me with a knife, I beat that guy to death. I don't know what happened to this guy till today, but the woman, I saw her some couple of weeks ago. I mean, she's married now. And I'm still not okay with a man can beat up a woman. I don't care who are you. I don't care what the community says. I don't care with that. But not in my presence that you can do that. Even if tomorrow they can kiss and make up, but he cannot disrespect us as men. Just in front of me. That's not going to happen with me. If I've got a gun next to me, I'm going to deal and sort these guys out, because we need to make sure that our women are safe. I've got kids. I've got 2 beautiful girls, and I cannot stand any man for that matter. My child is doing teaching, and you can imagine how the world is cruel. I said to her, don't do a secondary or senior teaching. Rather do for an intermediate or the lower school, because I'm scared of you. I've seen so barbaric young men. You can imagine with Boyukula Banjan. That's Baguka or Tisha, they fight against teachers. It's so painful. So I'm even scared for my girl. She's doing a first year, and I said to her, as long as it's teaching, my baby girl, I know you love teaching, but please go for lower schools so that I can sleep at night. And there was no need for that. There was absolutely no need for that, because I wanted to explore. I
if it
wanted
was a
to do
safe
what
environment.
a safe environment. So the last one is that thank you so much, Perseverance, and all the women in this world that are covering us up. There are men who are still hustling, who don't have, they're genuine men, but however, they've got kids, they are hustling. They are there with their kids. They are there for their kids, but Abana sent to put it in the table for them. And you continue, guys, with the little that you have, with the hustles that you have, with the job that you have, you're still taking care of our kids so that ungabi nalia gap, so they can not experience a father that is not working. However, the father must be there. So men who are switched on to this life, guys, just be there. You just be there. Just be there. Be present and be present and be there. Be physically present. Let them know, let them see their love. Tell a girl child that you love her so much. Kiss her on the forehead, kiss her on the lips. Just assure them that you are here. And we thank you, guys. We thank you so much, guys. You work so hard. Bantwana bethu abasingunu, asisebenzi, but you're taking care of them, guys. You're doing a great job. May the good Lord, guys, bless you richly, please, guys, and protect you. We thank you so much, sis.
Oh, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. I'm really so humbled, eh? I'm so humbled. Thank you so much for joining in and just sharing with us.
Thank you so much, sis. I'm humbled.
Yo, guys, I feel so empowered. I feel so fulfilled. Like, this is the most fulfilling life that I've ever done. Ever. Honestly speaking. I've never done a live and I felt this fulfilled. So what I want to do is, because my battery is dying, guys, I'm trying to get to connect somewhere, somehow. Let me see. No. But technology is not my thing. Let me see. Let me... Hi, guys. I come back. I just went to get my laptop there. Let me see. So that I can charge my phone. Because I think I have like 5%. Then I'm going to take the next person, okay? Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Set. Put in here. Then, yeah. Let's get the next person in. We have... yo, guys, this life is so fruitful, hey? Like, I'm so glad today there's no load shedding or anything like that, which is disturbing our life, because wow. Wow. I can't imagine having missed this life. Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Mina, I'm not here to share my story, but It's just a word of encouragement and of appreciation. You are doing a great job. The Bible says that his hand is not short, that it cannot reach to his people. And I always say that we are God's outstretched hand. So when God needs to touch people, He uses us as much as the devil. He uses people to destroy his people. So you are doing a great job. You are touching lives, and I think at this particular time, God has called you for a mission. And I really appreciate that you responded well to this calling. It's a calling, and you know what? May God continue to strengthen you as you are bringing hope into women out there, as you're bringing hope to men out there, because we are not taking them out of the equation. They're also there, as some of the men, they came out from broken families. So they don't know how to be men, so they end up now abusing their wives because they were never told how to be a proper man. So as we are continuing, spreading the love, and I believe it's going to happen into men as well. They will have their own platforms where they will help each other, teach each other how to be men, how to be father, and I believe God is doing something great in our lives, and He will also do great things in their lives as well. So, bigs up, my sister. Continue to do the great job, and may God continue to strengthen you. And no matter how much words they can come from people of undermining you, of judgment, just put them aside, because when you know your mission, and people who are complaining, people who are mumbling, is because they're not doing their purpose. They're not doing what they are called to do. So when you are doing your thing, and every person, I can just quote in the Bible, or whenever they were given a purpose, there were people who were laughing. Check Noah when he was building an ark. People, they were laughing, because they never understood the purpose, the vision that God had. So same applies with you. As long as you know this vision and then you run with it, no matter what can come your way, just keep on moving, and God shall continue to make you rise, and you are rising up. You are rising up. So I wish I could attend your conference. I won't be attending. Maybe some years to come, I will attend. So thank you, my sister, and
Thank
have
you
a
so much,
blessed.
my sister. As long as you're still standing with us and interceding for us, in spirit, I know that not everybody can attend the women's conference out of the 500,000 people who are following me, but the ones who can and the ones who've already purchased the tickets, I really appreciate it. And I just thank God. And thank you so much. This means a lot to me. You guys, today, if I don't, all of my water is gone, guys. I've been crying. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you so much, my darling.
All right. Okay, cool. Bye bye, all the sisters. May God continue to heal you.
Amen. Oh, wow, guys. Today is today. Hey, today is today. Today is today. Hi, who do we have here? Hello. Hi, caller. Hello. I think she's not aware that we selected her, so I'm just going to let her go for now and then try to get somebody else to come through. Maybe she'll request again. So, guys, because I was not here last week, now I'm going to try to at least do this, get 1 extra hour just to compensate for last week. Hi, darling.
Hi, Perseverance. How you doing, my
I'm
sister?
doing great, thank you. And how are you doing?
It's been so long.
It's
I
been
think
a
I've
while,
missed
ne?
so many of my lives.
I beg your pardon?
I'm saying I've missed so much of your lives. I haven't seen you live in a long time. I guess timing.
Yeah, the timing has been wrong because I usually go live every Saturday from 8 to 10. But last week, because of the load shedding and I
Oh,
was in the villages, I couldn't even connect. So this week, that's why I'm
okay.
here and we are on fire. Hey?
No, I will note that. I didn't know that it's every Saturday, but now I know. Anyway, I didn't hear the first lady's deep story. I think I caught it at the tail end. I heard from Rabaone and everybody else and Brother Alfie and all that. Okay. I would just like to offer, as a woman who is happily married, and who's what I consider a balanced, not perfect relationship, and how we can reach that, right? And why I support what you are doing, even though I'm married. People have this misconception that only bitter, divorced women are following you, or men, I don't know. But as a woman who's in a good and balanced marriage, I support everything that you talk about, because I wouldn't want my child to go through what you went through. I wouldn't want I wouldn't want my son to do unto another woman what you've been through. So because of that, if I can't have my children be part and parcel of that, I can stand for it. If I can teach it to my children that, listen, my child, I want you to do this to a woman. So I just wanted to lead with that. And to that, I want to say that for women that are suffering, and there's different types of ways that we can do this. Some can be mended, some need other intervention and professional all of that, right? But for women that are in trouble, that are in suffering, I would like to say this to them, even men, whoever is in a suffering situation. Somebody else is already bringing suffering to you. You do not have to be a participant in your own suffering. You do not have to be a co-conspirator. There is a way out. There is a way of healing, of restoration, of getting out. Divorce is not the only way, but sitting is doing more damage than good. And then we talk about our children this, our children that. We are educating, we are screwing up our children so that they can repeat what we are living. We are saying to our sons, when I am here, when I am staying and it's toxic and I'm miserable and I'm covering up and I think the kids don't see, they actually pick it up and then they will live what I've lived. Yeah. So let your life be a prayer to your child, to your children, that I pray that my children live the life that I live. So yes, we make mistakes and we go through things. Your story, and I think my mother's story, and even my story, what I hope it does for all our children, it shows them that you can overcome, you can bounce back, you can all of these things. That toxicity is not good for our immune system. It is not good for somebody said that they were, I think it was Rabone. Is it really worth it for us to drive ourselves? And I understand that we get that. But I'm talking to people that are not there. Is it really necessary for us to hold on? Or let me speak to the people that are against your message, right? Is it worth it that people must go to psych ward in the name to uphold what you think they should do? Yeah. Just because perseverance is toxic and is a bitter divorced woman and what. So my message was just that do not be, because sometimes we need someone to say it in another way. Do not be a co-conspirator and a participant in your own abuse. Find a way out. You are educating your sons. You're educating your sons to continue doing that to women, because the most important woman in their lives is begezeling another man doing that to them. And this boy loves his mother. And this boy looks at his mother begezeling the worst of abuse. That boy is going to be easy for him to abuse you, because he's going to feel like the most important woman in my life was, I live with this every day. So why do you think you are better than the most important woman in my life? So we need to realize that our children are watching, they're absorbing all of that, but we need to do it for our health. We need to do it for our health.
What we are.
Yes. And for me, my little story with me and my mom, how my mother's divorce and how your divorce is helping a lot of people who already are telling you, and maybe that you don't even know, is that how my mother's divorce helped me is that it showed me, for me, my mother was okay financially when she divorced. We went into deep poverty. And then for 3 or 4 years after that, she became the happiness you were talking about with Rabaon. I think it was Rabaon. The happiness that she became not only happy, but she became prosperous. What that did for me as a child, watching my mother from suffering to deep poverty to ultimate happiness and prosperity financially, right? it showed me that there is life after that, that you do not have to. So when I went looking for a marriage, it had to be something that I can sustain, because so I was not afraid of divorce. So people thought it was strange, but I said, I'm not afraid because I saw my mother, that there is life. She went through a dip for 4 years, and 4 years is a long time, and maybe some people longer. But
Yeah.
the reason why we are afraid is because we don't know that it can actually be better and that healing tastes sweet.
Yeah.
But toxicity is sour, but healing is sweet. Toxicity is sour, but healing is sweet. So I want us to go with that message and to understand that we are impacting our children, and to say to you, thank you for, there is life after divorce. Honestly, there is. You're not a failure. I don't know why we condemn ourselves to the mistakes that we made. We do not see that I was this young, I thought I was making the right decision, and now you are older and you want to continue. The 5 years must become 10, it must become 40 years, and all of that.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you, my sister. I really, really support you and and your message. I cannot be on your what's this, the conference that's coming up.
The
I
women's
can
conference.
buy 2 tickets. I don't know if you could have something like that where we could, maybe a separate account or something where we just donate tickets and you can choose people maybe for
Yeah.
whatever reason. So I'd be
Yeah, already
very,
I've
very
had people who
sorry.
have donated. I think I have 5 people who have donated tickets, but they
Yeah.
then said that I can just give them away. But
Yes.
what I've been trying to get now is people who are deserving. But I can
Yes.
see that I'm not getting what I'm envisioning. So I'm just
Okay.
gonna do a live. I'm just gonna dedicate a live. I think sometime next week where I'm
Yeah.
gonna be giving away the tickets that other people have already donated.
Yeah. Okay. Just maybe you've got it there somewhere. Is it on the poster? Maybe is it the same
Yeah, if you
account?
check my profile picture up there on the top,
Yeah. Or I
the
thought it was
details
for the
are there, so
ticket.
you can contact the number there, and then you can make arrangement, and you just let the person know that I'm actually donating 2 tickets.
Okay.
Then we will know that when we write on the guest list, we're just gonna put them aside,
Okay.
and then whoever
Okay.
wins the tickets, then we can put them on the guest list.
Okay. Okay. That's wonderful. I really wish that this message spreads and that the ladies and the gentlemen and thank you so much to But Alfie.
Oh,
His message was just a power packed. We need men like that. Everything that he said times a million, really. I can't say anything on top of what he said.
yo.
He really
It
said a
means
lot.
nothing to be taken away from or nothing to be added on to it.
Nothing.
Even what you have said right now, I really appreciate everything that you said now, my sister, and thank you so much. This means a lot to me. This live is. I feel like I needed this live more than anybody else who is joining in here today.
Okay. No, it's fine. You guys must have yourself. I'll be until you finished or until I fall asleep. I'll be listening and commenting. I
Thank you
love
so
you. I
much.
love everyone in here. Please take care of yourself. No, the Bible even says, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow. It is your job to guard your heart, not your husband, not your child, not your
Yeah,
partner, not
yeah,
your
yeah,
mother, not your friend. It is your job to guard your head. You must guard your heart with more than you guard anything. More than you guard anything. So guard your heart with all diligence. Out of your heart. If your heart is broken, it's been stabbed, it's been betrayed, then what's going to flow out of your life is the results of that. So guard your heart. It is your responsibility and nobody else's.
Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so
Oh,
much, Sister
good
Neo.
night. Love you, love you.
Love you. Thank you so much.
All
Oh,
right.
guys, for some reason, I feel like I needed this live more than anybody else. Wow. Are you sure this live was for you guys or it was for me? Because I feel like it was for me. I honestly feel like the live was for me because I'm gaining more than anybody else here. It's so amazing. Okay, I think this is the last person that we have requesting to join in. For those who are coming in late, guys, you are more than welcome. For the parts of the video the parts of the live that you have missed, you're gonna catch them on YouTube because after this, I'm gonna download the whole video and I'm gonna post it uncut, uncensored. I'm gonna post it on YouTube and then so that you can go and binge watch if you missed anything here. Because I trust me, if you're only joining in now, you miss out on a whole lot. But all is not lost. Hi, welcome
Hi, how
home.
are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, my love?
I'm okay. It's Penny. I just wanted to share my story. I think maybe, just maybe, it can help someone else that went through the same, that will be going through the same thing that I went through.
Okay.
I think everything comes back from how I grew up. I grew up without a mother. And my father was one of those toxic fathers that would stay from one house to another. And he just didn't even give a damn about me and my brother. So basically, at the age of 11, I knew how to go looking for food myself. And I would leave school and then still go and look for food and everything else. Okay, that's how my story is. And then I grew up and then I came to Joburg and then I got married. I dated this guy, everything was fine in the beginning. And he started, okay, the first red flag was I went out with my sister and then I came back home very late. And then he was asking me, where are you coming from? What were you doing with your sister? And I'm like, no, we ended up being late because we had to go and pick up my aunt. And then I was beaten for that. And then after that, I still stayed. And then I went to tell my aunt, and then my aunt was like, hey, you can't go anywhere or whatever. I think the reason I stayed is because my self-esteem was so low that I believed. In the back of my mind was, this marriage has to work because I don't have any family. So this is my only family that I know. So I believed this marriage has to work, and I did everything in my power because when I met him, he was not working. And then I got him a driver's license, and then where I'm working, I managed to get my manager to train him into being a tow truck driver, and then my manager got him a job somewhere else because he said he doesn't want the two of us to be working in the same company.
Yeah.
And then after that, once he started working, then he was something else. He changed. But then I was still holding on saying, maybe because he used to, once he started working, he came home late. And then there was one child after, I'm just want to cut my story short, but there was one child after another. I don't have a child with him because that's the decision I made. When I saw who he was, I said to myself, I'm not going to give this man a child. And I'm 8 years older than him.
Okay.
So he came home late. He would maybe leave on a Friday and then come back on a Monday. And then when I asked him, where do you come from? I would get a hiding for that. You don't have to ask me where I'm coming from. You don't have family. I did you a favor. That's why I married you, because I know you don't have family. I chose you of all my girlfriends because I thought me and you would build. So that thing was at the back of my mind, always saying, oh, this guy didn't love me. It's because he knows with me, he can do whatever and I'll still stay.
Yeah.
Yes. And I don't have family. He used to say that, yeah, you don't have family. Where are you going to go to? And I worked for him for 3 years, no complaint. And then I went into a depression. And then I was hospitalized for a year. And then I was in and out of hospital that year. I didn't work. And then at work, they laid me off. I said, no, there's nothing we can do because it's been a year that you've been into a depression and this thing is not getting right. And then my manager called me and said, maybe it's high time you think of leaving this marriage because I think on your own you're doing better, but with this man, it's like everything is falling apart.
Yeah.
So my self-esteem was very low that I said, if I leave him, where am I going to go? I'm already sick. I'm taking the depression tablets. I'm very sick and I've got a heart condition. So where will I go? But then I started, I think it was sometime last year when I started. I didn't follow you, but I just saw your videos. Like all the time I used to see your videos and my friends were posting your videos. And then I thought about it. I said, until how long? Because I'm going to die. My mother died into a marriage because my father slept with my stepsister and then had a child with my stepsister. And then my mother had a heart condition and then she had a stroke and then she passed away. So that thing has always been at the back of my mind, that which means I'm gonna be like my mother if I don't leave. But then when I started seeing your videos, I'm like, no, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe my self-esteem is so low that there's nothing. But I'm thinking to myself, I bought a house, I bought a car for this man. Why is my self-esteem so low? Why can't I just walk?
Yeah.
But then at the back of my mind, I'm saying, no, maybe hold on. And then
You're always
beginning of
hoping for
last
the
year,
best.
yes. And then beginning of last year, I was put off work because the company was not doing well because of COVID, whatever. Then hell broke loose. He was no longer coming home. I would see him on a Monday and then see him the next week, Tuesday. I would see him on a Thursday and then maybe spend 2 weeks without seeing him. And then I asked him, what is wrong? He says to me, no, I don't want you anymore. Because, I forgot to mention. There was a video that I watched of yours that you said people don't take responsibility of what they did for the marriage to fall apart.
Yeah.
Because sometimes there's something that you did also that contributed. Because there was one child after another, and then I said to myself, I'm going to teach this man a lesson. And then I went out and then got myself a boyfriend. And then it was in 2016, and then he found out. But then even when the family was sitting down, they asked, do you still want your wife? He said, no, I want my wife. And then I thought maybe, okay, he wants me, then we stayed. Kanti, it was just a scam to say, come back and then stay, and then I'm going to teach you a lesson. 2016 and then 2021, he brings this up. Yeah. So I don't want you anymore. When I was asking, why are you coming home after a week or 2 days or 3 weeks? So I'm phone. I took just a leap of faith. I said, you know what? I was not working. I had nothing to my name. I said, you know what? I've got my child. Let me just take my child and walk. And then I took my child, and then I spoke to my sister. I said, it's enough, my cousin sister. Can you please help me? I want to go and rent a room. I'm leaving my marriage. And my sister was like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, because we were married in community of property, I'm not going to be able to take anything now. I have to wait for the divorce. And then my sister...
emojis, guys. Please don't comment with crying emojis. Ne? TikTok will block me from going live. Yeah, you may continue, my love. Sorry.
And then I took my child, and then I walked, and then I rented a room, and then I stayed. I was a mess for 2 months. And then after that, I went for counseling and whatever. And I was strong, and then I filed for divorce. And my divorce was final last week. But then all I'm saying is, I've never felt so much happy in my life ever. Like, it's like, I don't know, a rock was sitting on my shoulders. It has been lifted, or I don't know what is happening.
And you didn't even realize it. You didn't realize how heavy you were until that was lifted off.
Yes, I didn't. I thought, because of my low self-esteem, that I don't have family, I thought, because he used to say to me, if you leave me, where are you going to go? Because you don't have family. And there's no one that loves you. Your family doesn't want you. So that thing was like, I'm holding on to that saying.
Playing with your mind. He was playing with your mind.
Yes, that I must stay. And I stayed. It was 8 years of I don't know what. But then after that, and then now he says, yeah, now you divorced me. You called me to say you're divorcing me. I said, yes, I'm done. And then I dropped the phone. That was the end of the story. But all I'm saying is, I left with nothing. But today, half of the things that I left, I managed to get them back. And lucky, 3 days after I left his house, went to a rented room, they called me back at work. So I'm saying to myself, to somebody out there, that sometimes we are trying to hold on to things that God himself is trying to get rid of. And then we are holding on so much. But my thing is, if you believe, I'm a believer, even though sometimes I'm shaken or whatever. I told my family when they said, where are you going? I said, God said he'll never leave nor forsake us. And then I went, and then I got my job back 3 days after I left him.
Oh, you see, you were married to a handbrake now. When you release the handbrake, your things are flowing now, hey?
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I managed to buy myself a car, and I wanted to take myself to a driving school, and then he'd say, you can't drive because you forget things. Because while I was with him, I was very nervous. Like I don't know what was going on with me, but I was always, you know, when you're so low that you even think there's nothing that's gonna work. Even if I try to take a driver's license, I'm not gonna pass it. I felt so useless, and he used to say it himself, "You're useless." But the other day I said to him, "If you're saying I'm useless, but you got a job because of me," and then he said to me, "Yeah, still, but you're useless."
No,
But that day when he told me that he doesn't want me, I just took my bags and I left, and I never looked back.
Yeah.
So to somebody out there that's still saying, I'm holding on because of the kids,
emojis, guys.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All you have to do is think of yourself, your happiness and everything else that comes with it, your sanity, and then just walk. And my son would look at me all the time because I had my child before I was married to him. My son would say, "Why are you still here?"
Yeah.
Because you'd see the abuse that was going on in front of him. And then the other day I was thinking about it, saying, what kind of a man is he going to be when he sees that this man is beating me up all the time and then I'm taking it? And when I left, you know what he said? He said, "I'm so proud of you. Even though you left everything there and whatever, you're starting afresh." But my son said, "I'm so proud of you." Just that alone gave me strength. And it was one of those bittersweet stories, but I'm saying to the people that are still holding on to things like that, you will die. I was in hospital for a year, depression. I almost lost my life. It was just by grace and God. And it was one child after another. I would hear there's a child here, there's a child. My marriage was, I don't know what it was. But it was so bad that, I don't know, but in the beginning, everything was fine flowing. And after he got a job, that is when I saw his true colors. And then everything changed. I could see that I was just married for convenience. There was no love.
Yeah.
And
my sister, I'm so glad you lived to tell the tale and you are here today.
I also thank God that I lived to tell the tale. And I'm coming to the conference as well. I always tell people that if I made it, anyone can be able to make it. It was very hard. I must be honest with you, it was very hard because my self-esteem was crushed from when I was growing up, from one house to another. No love, no nothing. I'm looking for love in the wrong places. Until one friend of mine the other day said to me,
"You had a void that you wanted to fill, my sister."
Yes. And then the friend of mine said, "Maybe you can find love in Jesus because you're looking for love in the wrong places."
Yeah.
And I found it. Once I did that, everything was, you know, everybody was like shocked when I said, "I'm leaving, I'm walking." And then I walk. Even today, everybody's still shocked. Yeah. And after that, my life is flowing. I'm doing things on my own. I'm so happy. I do whatever I want to. You know, it's so peaceful.
The problem with a lot of us, my sister, is that we use marriage to fill gaps that it's not marriage that opened. We have holes, we have gaps, we have things that are not filled in. So we think that marriage is remedy. We think that when we get married, automatically everything becomes okay. And people don't know that marriage is actually medicine, that it can either heal you or it can make things worse. Because now when you get married, you expose the things which you've been harboring inside and you are not healing from. Because if you are getting married because you never saw real love, you think that when you now get married, the love that you feel like you missed all your life, you will get it, only to find that when you get there, you are actually getting the opposite. It's now exposing the void that you had, that you never really felt love. So you being married, being with a person that doesn't even understand, doesn't know how to love you, it makes you to be exposed to that thing, to say, listen, I actually got married because I was trying to fill a void, but now the gap is opening up even bigger.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you are here, my sister, and thank you so much for buying the ticket for the women's conference. These are the things that we're gonna be speaking about on the women's conference. We've got a lineup of people who are gonna be talking about bouncing back, healing, coming out stronger, and also we have couples who are gonna be speaking about healthy relationships, and also for us not to even give up or to lose hope. Because listen, we wanna heal. We're gonna heal. What we want, the mandate is simple: heal.
Yeah, but I want to thank you because I never even followed you, but I used to see so many of your videos, and my friends would post your videos, and then I'd look, and then I'd go to YouTube. You really, I'm one of the people that walked out of a marriage because of you.
Oh.
And once I was looking at your videos and whatever, listening to your messages and whatever, that there was hope for me. And I'm like, but if somebody can do it, I can also do it.
Yeah.
Why am I still there? Yeah. Why can't I do it if somebody else can do it? And then it was turned for me when he said he doesn't want me anymore to just pack and go and say, this is it.
Yeah.
And had I not maybe looked at, that's why I always say to people that as much as, okay, TikTok, there's other, but I think most of the time TikTok helps a lot of us that are broken to see that there's life, even after divorce, there's life, even after death.
Yeah.
Because so many people are broken. I grew up from a broken family. I don't know, but I'm trying to, I've healed because I'm going to counseling, and my counselor is always telling me that your wounds are coming from because you didn't have a mother, everything. But I'm trying to close those, but at least I'm still alive. Yes.
All is not lost, my sister.
No, all is not lost. And I thank God and I thank you, my sister. I will see you at the conference.
See you there. See you at the home. I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. I'm probably going to cry most of the time there because you guys will be making me cry. Yo. Okay, we have Dineo. Apparently, I've been ignoring Dineo for the longest time. Dineo, I've tried to actually accept you, but it can't. I can't accept Dineo. Dineo has been top of the list for the longest time, but I'm failing to accept her. Dineo, can you just request again, just request again so that I can let you in, because I've been trying to accept you, but I just can't. So when I can't, I just move on to the next person. I don't know what is happening. Dineo, please do request again because I can't see you now. You're going to be the last person that I'm going to take for today because, yeah, we've had a long one. I'm probably going to have to divide this into two, part 1 and part 2. Dineo, if you're still here, please do request. But if Dineo is not here, I think we're just going to wrap this thing up today. Guys, I have never in my entire episodes of Losing in Love been this fulfilled, I know that when I started this program, I saw a gap and I felt like a lot of people needed to tell their stories, to share, to heal together. But I never really knew that I also needed this program as much as everybody who is sharing and is joining needed the program. So thank you so much, guys, for participating. Thank you so much for empowering me. Thank you so much for just boosting me. I really appreciate this. And so many people who've been coming in and saying that they've purchased the tickets for the Women's Conference. We're almost a month away from the Women's Conference. The support that you guys have been showing me. Indeed, when you said I must organize a Women's Conference and you really want to be part of it, you were not bluffing. Just like any other thing that you have ever requested me to do, you showed support. You asked me to open a YouTube channel. I did. I'm on 19,000 subscribers in less than a year. And you guys have just been saying what you need, and when I've been doing it, and you've been doing your part. You've been doing your part, and you've been humbling me so much just by showing Hori, you know what, this is what we want, and because you are here and you're saying you're ready for it, we're gonna back you up the whole way. I really appreciate the love and support that you guys are showing me, and the people who are sharing their stories. I really appreciate you guys, and I think we're gonna have to wrap it up for today. Yeah, Dineo is not here anymore. Dineo, if we meet on the TikTok streets, please don't be mad. Or please be the first one to join next week. Guys, I have to love you and leave you. It has been great. It has been fruitful. It has been fulfilling. I don't know about you, but I took home a lot. I'm taking home a lot of things today. Like, listen, today has been the most fulfilling episode of Losing in Love for me, more than any other episode that we've ever had. And with that, I would just like to say good night, guys. Thank you so much. I love you. I'll see you, the ladies who have got the tickets and those who are still going to buy the tickets. I'll see you on the 13th of August in Dog City. We're going to have a blast because, listen, when you walk in, the theme says haute couture, okay? You're going to walk in feeling beautiful, looking beautiful. You're going to walk out feeling even more beautiful, because you're going to be fulfilled from the inside out. I want you to feel good when you walk out of that conference. I want it to be fulfilling. I want to make history, not only for ourselves or the people who are going to be at the conference, but for our kids and our kids' kids, okay? I want this to be, listen, this vision has already come to, it is already done. It is dusted, okay? It's signed, it's sealed, it's delivered. I'll see you guys on the 13th of August at Dock City in Pretoria. I love you. Good night, guys.